Hello, my name is Tallulah from the Hogarth Club. I'm going to lead you through a slow flowing Vinyasa yoga class. Enjoy. So we're going to start lying on our backs in semi-supine. So if you make your way down onto your mat, feet flat on the floor, knees bent. And just to begin with, we're going to take a few slightly longer, deeper breaths just to help release the weight of the body into the floor. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Soft sighing exhalation out through your mouth. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Soft sighing exhalation out through the mouth. Let's do that one last time. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then just gently close your eyes if you haven't done so already. We'll just keep the gaze soft and down. And then we're going to bring our hands onto the lower belly, fingertips pointing in towards each other around the level of the navel. Just find a comfortable position for your elbows to rest out to the sides. We're starting to draw our attention inwards now. Just taking a brief moment at the top of the practice just to check in, notice how we feel today. Briefly scanning the body from the head all the way down to the feet. Looking out for any areas of tension that might have accumulated during your day so far, or during the previous night if you're practicing in the morning. And seeing if you can send your breath there just to help ease and relax. Don't worry if the tension persists. Have faith that as we begin to move through the practice, we're going to strengthen the body, release tension and calm the mind. And already here with the hands on the belly, we can be observing the gentle rise and fall of each inhale and exhale. As you inhale, feel the belly gently rise up and expand. And as you exhale, feel the belly gently float back down. So we're connecting here with our diaphragmatic breathing, which is really central to yoga, very soothing for the nervous system. We'll just take 2 more breaths here. And then just gently release your arms down by your sides. So we're going to start to link movement and breath now. So we're going to start very simply just by mobilizing the shoulder joints. So we're going to turn the palms down, keep the arms tucked in beside the body. And then on your next inhale, we're going to float just the right arm up and all the way back. Don't worry if the arm doesn't touch down. Just go as far back as your shoulder allows. And then as you exhale, float the arm back down to your side. And then we're going to change sides. So as you inhale, float the left arm up and over. And then as you exhale, float the arm back down to your side. This time as we inhale, we're going to float both arms up and back. And then as you exhale, float the arms back down to your side. And then we'll repeat that sequence. So as you inhale, float the right arm up and back. And then as you exhale, float the arm back down to your side. Inhale, float the left arm up and back. Exhale, back down to your side. This time as you inhale, float both arms up and back. And then as you exhale, float the arms back down to your side. So let's do that one last time. Here we go. Inhale, reach the right arm up and back. Exhale, release the arm back down to your side. And as you inhale, float the left arm up and back. Exhale, release the arm back down to your side. This time both arms, as you inhale, reach both arms up and back. And then exhale, release both arms back down to your side. So just a brief pause there. We're going to lift in and out of bridge now, so your arms can stay relaxed by your body. Just before we begin, we're going to lift and spread all 10 toes. And as you do that, feel a slight engagement here at your core, slight hugging in of the belly button. We want to keep that engagement as we replant the toes. And then we're going to move in and out of bridge with breath. So lifting on the inhale and lowering on the exhale. So here we go. Push into the feet to rise as you inhale, slowly rise up into your bridge. Doesn't need to be very high, we're still warming up. And then exhale, gently roll back down. And again, inhale, push into the feet to rise. And then exhale, gently roll back down. Let's do one more bridge. So breathing in, lifting up, and breathing out, gently lowering back down. Here we go. We'll put those together, so arms and legs, nice and slowly. So as you breathe in, lift up into your bridge, float the right arm up and back. And then as you exhale, gently lower your bridge, gently lower your arm. Inhale, lift up into your bridge, float the left arm up and back. And then exhale, lower your bridge, lower your arm. This time both arms, as you inhale, lift up into your bridge, lift both arms up and back. And then exhale, gently lower everything back down. We'll go for a second round. So inhale, lift up into your bridge, float the right arm up and back. And then exhale, gently lower back down. Inhale, lift up into your bridge, float the left arm up and back. And then exhale, lower down. This time both arms, as you inhale, lift up into your bridge, float both arms up and back. Exhale, lower. Let's go for one final round. Here we go. Inhale, lift up into your bridge, float the right arm up and back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up into your bridge, float the left arm up and back. Exhale, lower. This time both arms. So you inhale, lift up into your bridge, float both arms up and back. This time leave your arms as they are. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes. And then as you exhale, just gently lower your back to the floor, taking your time. And then once your tailbone touches down, we're just going to slide the legs down the mat, coming into a full body stretch. So we're going to really point the toes and stretch away through the fingertips. We're going to hold that stretch for a few breaths. Feel the lower back just gently arch off the floor. So hold the stretch, but don't hold the breath. Keep breathing. And then with an exhale, just release and relax. Leave the arms overhead, let the feet flop out, slight bend in the elbows. And then we're going to interlace the fingers. And on your next inhale, we're going to push the palms away and flex the feet. So another full body stretch, but this one targeting more the back body. So really push through those heels, push through those palms. Keep breathing. And then with an exhale, just release and relax. Again, leave the arms overhead, let the fingers come apart, slight bend in the elbows, let the feet flop out. And then we'll do some side stretches. So we're going to take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. And then as you inhale, we're going to pull the wrist over towards the left side of the room. Let the head roll with you if your neck's happy to do that. And flex the right foot. So the left side of the body is fairly relaxed. It's all happening down the right side of the body. Really stretch between that right heel and that right wrist. Hold that for a breath or two. And then slowly come back through center and we'll change sides. So taking hold of the left wrist with the right hand. As you inhale, gently pull the wrist over towards the right side of the room. Let the head roll with you if your neck feels happy. Flex through that left heel, making yourself really, really long down the left side of the body. Hold that for a breath or two. And then slowly release back to center. Circle the arms wide and down. And we're going to scoop up the knees, coming into Apanasana, knees to chest. And then you might want to gently rock side to side, just giving yourself a little massage. Make sure your back's happy. Good, and then coming to center, we're going to place the hands on the kneecaps, and we're going to start to circle the knees together. So you can start quite small here, just focusing on massaging the lower back and the sacrum. And then if you want to, you can try exploring a hands-free version. So you just let go of the knees, keep the knees circling together, rest your arms on the floor, palms up, and then maybe just drawing those circles a little bit wider to slowly wake up the core abdominals, particularly the side abdominals, the obliques. But if there's any discomfort in the lower back, then just bring the hands back to the kneecaps and keep the movement small. So just a few more circles in this direction. And then let's pause and change direction. So you might want to start small with the hands on the kneecaps and then slowly transition to that hands-free version. Nice, just a few more circles, keep breathing. Good, and then let's all come back to center. Let's all bring our hands on the kneecaps. This time we're going to split the knees. They circle away from each other and then they meet down the middle. So slightly different action. This is really good for oiling and lubricating our hip joints. Let's see if you can make these really nice, big, sweeping movements. And then again, just pause and change directions. So circling the other way. Nice. From here, we're going to keep the right knee hugged in and we're going to extend the left leg away. And you want that left foot at the bottom to be like a standing foot, so really flex the foot. And relax the shoulders here and just circle the right ankle one way. Good, and the other way. And then let's just change sides. So hug the left knee in, extend the right leg away. Remember that right foot wants to be like a standing foot, so flex the foot, relax the shoulders, and again, circle the left ankle and the other way. Nice, and then from here, bring both knees back towards the body, and we're going to extend the legs up into the air for Supine Dandasana. So the legs don't need to be dead straight, you can keep a little bend here in the knees, a little gentle flex in the feet, and we're going to bring the hands on the back of the thighs, and we're just going to pull down a little bit on the back of the thighs just to help ground the lower back and the pelvis, just gently stretching into the hamstrings, the calf muscles, the Achilles heels. Keep breathing. And then release your arms to the floor, palms up. We're going to keep the feet together and we're going to draw little circles in the air. So again, working into our core muscles. So you can keep these circles quite small. And obviously the wider you go, the more you work into the abdominals. So see how that feels. And then just pause and change direction. So circling the other way. Keep breathing. Nice, and then pause at center, and then just bend the knees back in, and we're going to drop the feet onto the mat. We're going to heel toe the feet mat distance apart now, move into some supine twists. So we want to extend the arms out to the side, about shoulder height, with the palms facing up. And we're going to windscreen wipe the knees side to side with breath before we hold. So here we go, breathing in and center, and then as you exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale, bring the knees back through center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. So we're going to keep moving like that. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. This time we're going to hold it here. So if it feels good, you can turn your head in the opposite direction to your knees. And you can bring your right foot on top of that left knee just to help guide it a little bit closer to the floor. But without applying too much pressure, be gentle, work with kindness. You can close your eyes here, go inside, or just keep the gaze soft and unfocused, just enjoying that twist to the spine and that stretch to the outer left hip. Relax the shoulders, collarbones broad. Take one more breath as you are. And then gently remove that foot if it's on top of the knee. Use an inhale to come back through center, and then use an exhale to drop the knees to the left, and the head, if it's turning, turns towards the right. And again, if you did so on the first side, bring that left foot on top of the right knee just to help guide it a little bit closer to the floor, but without applying too much pressure. Be careful with the knees. Keep breathing. Maybe close the eyes again, go inside, or just gaze soft and unfocused. Enjoying the twist now to the right side of the body. Give 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Then gently remove that left foot off the right knee. Use an inhale to come back through center, and then use an exhale just to hug your knees back into the body, gently rocking side to side. Make sure your back is happy. Now we're going to come up to sitting, so you've got 2 options here. You can simply roll over onto one side and bring yourself up, or if you have a bit more energy, you can try rocking and rolling along the spine. So palms down, rock the feet up and over, and then use that momentum to sit up. So you can do that a couple of times. Just warming up the spine. Nice. And then we're going to sit up. We're going to try and sit in this position, sitting up on our heels, so we get a nice stretch to the quads. Having said that though, if this is really uncomfortable for you, or if you've got sort of dodgy knees, you can just sit in an easy cross-legged position. Just making sure that if your knees are excessively higher than your hips, that you just elevate your sit bones. And if you don't have a block, you might have a cushion handy, and you just prop yourself up on that cushion. So that's if you're taking Sukhasana, cross-legged position. Otherwise, see if you can join me sitting up here on the heels. We're going to do a little flowing sequence just to further warm up the shoulders and the back. So we're going to interlace the fingers. We're going to inhale, stretch the arms forwards and up. Follow your arms with your gaze if your neck is happy. And then as you exhale, release the arms down. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And then as you exhale, fold forwards. Let the arms come off your back. Good. As you inhale, come up to sitting. Interlace the fingers in front. And then as you exhale, push the palms away round the back, chin to chest, navel to spine. As you inhale, we come back to the first position and we continue. Exhale, release. Interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, lift the gaze, and then exhale, fold. Inhale to come back up. Interlace the fingers in front, and then exhale, push the palms away round the back, chin to chest, navel to spine. One last time, here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. Interlace the fingers behind. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, lift the gaze, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, sit back up. Interlace the fingers in front. And then as you exhale, push the palms away round the back, chin to chest, navel to spine. Good. Inhale, reach up. Then this time as you exhale, release the fingers, float the arms down, slow down your breath. And then just rest your hands, palms up on top of the thighs. Maybe close the eyes here, go inside, or just gaze soft and down. But just checking in. Notice how you feel so far in your practice. And then if you have it in your practice, you can start to cultivate the soft sound of ujjayi. So it's sometimes described as the ocean breath. If you're not familiar with this practice, a good way to get into it is to imagine that you're misting up a mirror. So if you hold up a palm, imagine that's your mirror. We're going to breathe in through the nose and then breathe out through the mouth as if you're misting up a mirror. Do that one more time, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll do that again, but this time close your mouth halfway through. So inhale through the nose. So you might feel that constriction at the base of the throat, at the glottis. So see if you can carry on breathing like that, making that internal ha sound. So play around with that. And you might be asking yourself why we practice that breath. It's a very good breath. It's very warming within the body, but it also acts as an anchor for our attention because of its sonic quality. A lot of people describe it as sounding like distant oceans. If you've ever held a shell up to your ear on a beach, you hear that sort of sound of the ocean. It's meant to replicate that. And so whenever you find your attention drifting off, just notice where you've gone and then just bring it back and hook it to that soft sound of ujjayi. But don't worry, just keep breathing nice and steady throughout the practice. Here we go, let's keep moving. Let's roll over onto all fours. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And then start with some cat-cows. Just check here that your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Glance back, check that your knees are roughly underneath your hips. Here we go. So as you inhale, we're going to tilt the tailbone up, belly drops down, chest moves forwards, gaze forwards. That's your cow stretch, so arching the back. And then as you exhale, push the hands into the floor, round the back, chin to chest, navel to spine. And again, inhale, arching the back. And then exhale, rounding. One last time, inhale, arching. And exhale, rounding. Good, inhale, arch the back. This time we're going to bring in extended child's pose. As you exhale, round the back, cat stretch. And then sink your hips back towards your heels, ending in extended child's pose. Take a brief pause there, and we're going to flow through those three together with breath. Here we go. So inhale, glide forwards and up. Arch the back, cow stretch. Exhale, push the hands into the floor, round the back, cat stretch, ending in extended child's pose. And again, inhale, glide forwards and up, cow stretch. Exhale, push the hands into the floor, round the back, cat stretch, ending in extended child's pose. Pause there. We're going to bring downward dog into that flow. So here we go. Inhale, glide forwards and up into your cow stretch, tuck the toes. This time as you exhale, push the floor away, lift the knees, hips high, coming into downward facing dog. We're not going to hold it just yet. We're going to inhale, gently lower the knees back to the floor, arch the back, cow stretch. And then untuck your toes as you exhale, push the hand into the floor, round the back, cat stretch, ending in extended child's pose. Pause there and we'll flow again. So inhale, glide forwards and up into your cow stretch, tuck your toes, and then exhale, push the floor away, lift the hips high, downward dog. So you inhale, gently lower the knees back to the floor, arch the back, cow stretch. Untuck your toes, and as you exhale, push the hands into the floor, cat stretch, ending in extended child's pose. Next time we go to downward dog, we're going to hold it. So here we go. We're going to inhale, glide forwards and up, arch the back, cow stretch, tuck your toes. And then as you exhale, move back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward dog. And then from here, we're going to pedal out through the feet, take your dog for a walk, bending to each knee side to side. You can shake your hips side to side, shake your head, just loosen everything up. Check that your fingers are spread nice and wide, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then you can bend the right knee and extend the left heel away for a few breaths. Just easing into the back of the left leg. And then change sides, so bend the left knee, extend the right heel away. Breathing into the back of the right leg. And then we're going to inhale, come up onto tiptoes, bend the knees, drop the belly towards the thighs, and then as you exhale, just the heels draw down. And we'll try that twice more, so here we go. Inhale, tiptoes, bend the knees, belly to thighs, and then exhale, draw the heels away. Last time, inhale, tiptoes, bend the knees, belly to thighs, and then exhale, draw the heels away. Come into stillness for a breath or two here. And then as you inhale, gently drop the knees back down to the floor, untap the toes, and as you exhale, slide back into child's pose, but this time we'll take a regular child's pose. So just rest your arms down by your side with the palms facing up. And just to give our wrists a little bit of a break, you can come into tulip hands. This is where we bring the fingers up to meet each other, a bit like a flower closing or a tulip. I'm just showing you here, but you can be doing this in child's pose. And that's just quite nice counter stretch for the wrists. So just take a moment here to gather yourself. Remember that you can come back into child's pose whenever you need to throughout the practice to rest. So let's take one more breath here in child's pose. And then slowly make your way back up to all fours for a new sequence. Again, just spread the fingers nice and wide. So it's a really nice sequence to strengthen the muscles of our back and our core muscles. So here we go. We're going to start by extending the right leg behind us. So as we inhale, extend the right leg behind you, kick back, extend the crown of the head forwards. And then as you exhale, we're going to round the back and bring the knee towards the nose. Inhale, extend, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, extend, exhale, round. Good. Inhale, extend. This time we're going to hold it there. So really kick back through that right foot. Make sure that your core muscles are switched on. Hug the belly button back in towards the spine. And we'll try balances. You can come up onto the left fingertips. That might be where you go today. Or you might float the left arm forwards, palm facing in. And then you can stay here. You've got the option to take this further by bending that back leg and reaching the front arm around the back to grab hold of the foot or the ankle. And if you manage that, you can try kicking back, turning into a bit of a twist. Remember to breathe. Nice, and then let's release. Come back to all fours. Let's inhale, tuck the toes, and then exhale, push back into downward facing dog, just to stretch everything out. Again, have a little wiggle, a little shake, or maybe find some stillness. Great, and then let's come back to all fours for the second side of that sequence. So this time the left leg is going to extend. So as you inhale, extend the left leg back, kick back, round the head forwards. And then as you exhale, round the back, knee to nose. Good, inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Good, inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend, we're going to hold it there now. So switch on your core muscles. Kick back through that leg. And again, option to come up onto the fingertips. That might be enough for you today. Or maybe you float the arm forwards, palm facing in. And then you've got the option also to progress further by bending that back leg, reaching the front arm around to grab hold of the foot or the ankle. And if you manage it, really kick back Turning it into a little bit of a twist as well as a balance. Keep breathing. Keep your gaze down for balance. Nice. And then let's extend. Inhale. As you exhale, come back to all fours. As you inhale, tuck your toes again. And then as you exhale, move back into downward facing dog. Again, you can walk it out, shake it out, do anything that feels good. And then just find some stillness for a breath or two. And then we're going to look towards our hands and we're going to walk our feet up towards our hands. And we're going to take ragdoll. So I'm going to turn to face you here. Feet hip distance apart, which is roughly 2 fists worth. And we're just going to grab hold of opposite elbows, hang loose, maybe even gently sway side to side, just releasing and relaxing everything. Nice, and then other arm on top. And let the arms dangle. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back. And then as you inhale, big stretch here. Stretch the arms off your back. Maybe even stretch the legs a little bit. Maybe you find a little bit of length there. Or you can pulse with breath. You can inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten a few times. Just easing into the back of the legs. Listen to your body. Take one more breath as you are. And then slowly release the arms. We're going to come up to standing, but nice and slowly, head coming up last. So nice generous bend in the knees. Let the arms dangle forwards. Here we go. And inhale, nice and slowly, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Take your time. We don't want to get a head rush. We've had the head below the heart for some time. Good. And then when we make it up to standing, just sort out your clothes. We can take a nice big breath in. Interlace the fingers at the top. Push the palms away. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, take a little side bend. Good. Inhale, come back through center. And then exhale, take a side bend. Good. Inhale, center. Check your feet hip distance apart. And then as you exhale, draw the hands down the midline. Just pausing in front of the heart center. Roll the shoulders back and down. And again, maybe close the eyes, go inside, or just keep your gaze soft and down. Again, just using this opportunity to check in, noticing how you feel. And again, reconnecting with that soft sound of ujjayi. And then gently flicking the eyes open, releasing your arms down by your sides. So we're going to start our sun salutes, but before we do that, we're going to try a little bit of a balancing sequence. So have a go. We're going to start at the top of our mat, lift and spread all 10 toes and then replant them down. Make sure that your legs are nice and engaged, core muscles switched on. Take a nice deep breath in here. And then float your arms forwards, make fists with your hands, and as you breathe out, draw your elbows in and lift your right knee up towards your torso. As you breathe in, we're going to lean forwards a little bit, soft bend in that left leg, extend that right leg behind us and extend the arms behind us, a bit like the wings of an aeroplane. That's all happening on the inhale. And then as you exhale, brush the foot along the floor, reach the arms forwards and pull your elbows in, lift the knee. Good. As you inhale, lean forwards, extend the right leg behind you, extend your arms like the wings of an aeroplane. And then as you exhale, brush the foot along the floor, bend the knee, squeeze it back in. Last time, inhale, lean forwards, fly, and then as you exhale, pick up the knee, draw the elbows back in, and then slowly release. And we'll try that on the second side. So take a nice deep breath in, and then make fists with your hands, draw the elbows in as you pick up that left knee to begin. And then as you inhale, lean forwards, extend the left leg behind you, float your arms back like the wings of an aeroplane. And then as you exhale, brush that foot along the floor, reach the arms forwards, make fists. Exhale, pull it back in, knee to chest. As you inhale, lean forwards, extend that left leg behind you, extend your arms. And then as you exhale, bend the knee, draw the elbows in. Last time, here we go. Inhale, extend the left leg back, arms out to the sides, and then exhale, draw the knee back in, draw the elbows back in. And then slowly release and relax. Standing nice and tall. Catch your breath. Feel the power of your legs switched on. Okay, we're going to start to flow through our sun salutes. starting with the half sun salute and then just building from there. So take your time. Here we go. We're going to turn the palms out. We're going to inhale, float the arms up. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right and come down towards the floor, bending the knees as much as you need to. Brush the fingertips there. And then as you inhale, we're going to float the arms back up. And then as you exhale, twist left and then fold forwards, brushing the fingertips along the floor. And keep flowing like that a couple of times. So breathing in to come up and then breathing out, twisting right, folding all the way down in sort of side uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then exhale, twisting left, folding down. Let's do one more on each side. So inhale to come up. And then exhale, twisting right, folding all the way down. Brush the fingertips on the floor. Inhale to come up. Exhale, twist left, folding all the way down. Inhale, come all the way up. This time as we exhale, we're going to dive straight down, coming forwards. Should feel quite satisfying. And then as you inhale, straight into our halfway lift, so hands on the shin, float the heart forwards, and then exhale, fold into the legs. And again, inhale into your halfway lift. Good, exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Gonna root through the feet to rise, so inhale, push into your feet to rise, sweep the arms widen up, and then exhale, release your arms back down to your sides. Okay, so moving on, turn the palms out. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms, widen up, and then exhale, soft bend in the knees, hinge at the hips, and dive all the way down. Going to inhale into our halfway lift, and then exhale, fold uttanasana. We're going to plant the hands. This time, take a big step back with your right leg, followed by your left leg, and find plank position. So top of a push-up, we're going to pull back through those heels, navel engaged. Check that your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Feel your power here. See if you can hold it for 5. Anytime you need to, you can drop down onto your knees. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Here we go. As we exhale, let's all drop the knees, untuck your toes. I'm going to roll down almost through a little back bend here as if you're doing a cobra on the way down, all the way down. And then we will move into our cobra. So power up the legs, push both tops of the feet into the floor. Roll the shoulders back, tuck your elbows in, and then inhale, lift up into a baby cobra, and then exhale, low and turn your head to the right. Inhale, come up into your baby cobra, head back center, and then exhale, lower, turn your head to the left. And then again, inhale, come up to baby cobra, maybe coming up a little bit higher, if that feels good. And then exhale, lower. We're going to tuck the toes, use an inhale to push back to all fours, and then use an exhale to push back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward dog. And we'll take that 5 breaths here. If you like, you can keep pedaling on the spot. You can shake the hips side to side. You can shake the head. Or you can just hold in stillness. So let's stay here for another 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And at the end of your exhalation, bend the knees, lift your hands, and on empty, walk, step, or hop your feet towards your hands. As you inhale, come into your halfway lift, and then exhale, fold into your legs. Root through the feet to rise. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, and then exhale, release your arms back down to your side. Slow down your exhalation here. Okay, let's flow into our second round, slightly different this time. As you inhale, float the arms, widen up, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, come into your forward fold, uttanasana. Inhale into your halfway lift, exhale, fold. This time plant the hands, big step back with your left leg, followed by your right leg. Find your plank position again. We're going to hold it here for another 5, so check that your wrists are underneath the shoulders. Pull back through the heels, navel engaged. Another 4, another 3, another 2, another 1, well done. Drop the knees, untuck your toes, and let's roll all the way down again. This time, instead of cobra, we're going to find sphinx. So we're going to make a little shelf with our forearms. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And again, make sure that your legs haven't gone to sleep. So fire up your legs. I'm just going to scoot back a bit so I'm on the mat. Push the tops of the feet into the floor, feel the kneecaps lift up. Glutes are switched on as well, chest moving forwards in between the top of the arms, and our gaze, our drishtis, just to that space on the floor in between our hands. Good, breathe here. And then we'll do a little flow here, so we can take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, tend to look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, tend to look over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. And then as you exhale, turn to look towards your own heart, stretching the back of the neck. And then we'll reverse that. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Turn to look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back through center. This time we're going to tuck the toes, and as we exhale, we're going to look towards our own heart, but float the body off the floor, coming to a forearm plank. And then just bring your head back in line with the spine, just gazing forwards and down. See if you can hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Let's release back down. Let's take sleeping crocodile just for a moment or two. So we're going to make a pillow with our arms. We're going to rest our forehead into our arms. And we're going to let the body relax now, legs relax, let the heel flop out, big toes turn in towards each other. And again, you can close your eyes here, go inside. I want you to draw your attention back downstairs towards your belly. As you breathe in, feel the belly push into the floor. And then as you breathe out, feel the belly gently hug back in. Again, breathing in, belly pushes into the floor. Breathing out, belly hugs back in. So we're connecting here again with our diaphragmatic breathing, which is really soothing for the nervous system. It just allows us to calm everything down. And then let's begin to move again. So we're going to draw the hands back either side of the shoulders. We're going to tuck those toes. We're going to inhale, push up to all fours, and then exhale, move back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward dog. Again, we'll hold here for about 5 breaths, and we can hold in stillness. We can continue paddling out. Really depends on how you feel, and each day we practice is different, so just listen to your body, see what suits you. Let's hold for another 3 breaths. Deep breath in, slow breath out. And again, deep breath in, slow breath out. One last deep breath in, slow breath out. Bend the knees, lift your hands, and then walk, step, or hop your feet lightly towards your hands. Inhale to your halfway lift, and then exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, root through the feet to rise, sweep the arms, widen up, and then exhale, release your arms back down to your sides. Okay, we're going to flow again, but introduce a new sequence into our sun salute. So here we go, turn the palms up. Inhale, sweep the arms, widen up, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, come into your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Good, exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank. This time we're not going to hold it. Just take a breath here, and then as you exhale, either knees, chest, chin, or if you have it in your practice, chaturanga. Good, you can inhale to cobra, sphinx, or if you're ready, upward dog. And wherever you are in your back bend, just hold it for a breath or 2. So 1 more breath wherever you are. And then use your exhale to either roll over your toes if you're in downward dog, if you're in upward dog, back into downward dog, or make your way back through all fours and then into downward dog. And we'll all meet here. So let's just reset in downward dog. And then here comes our new sequence. We're going to inhale, extend our right leg behind us for 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, we're going to step that right foot all the way through in between the hands. If it doesn't quite make it, just give it a little helping hand. And then we're going to drop the back knee. We're going to come to an upright position. We're going to move in and out of crescent moon lunge. So just check that that back knee is happy. So if you need to, you can fold the mat for a little bit of extra cushioning, or if you have a cushion or a towel, place it there. We're going to come to an upright position. We're going to keep the right hand on the right knee. And we're going to let the left arm be fairly relaxed, dangling down. And we're going to come forwards and back with breath. So here we go. As you inhale, we're going to lunge deeply, sweep the left arm forwards and up. And then exhale, return to that upright position. Good. Inhale, lunge deeply. Exhale, return to that upright position. One last time. Inhale, lunge. Hold it there. This time the right arm's going to come up to meet the left arm. So we're in classic crescent moon lunge. Relax those shoulders. Breathe here. And then we're going to slowly lower the arms down and start to move into a hamstring stretch. So fingertips come to the floor. And we're going to start to glide the hips back. And as we do that, we're going to extend the right leg, rolling onto the right heel with the toes pointing up. And we don't want to collapse into the leg. We're up here on our fingertips, heart sort of shining forwards towards those right toes, and we're breathing here. Nice. And then we're going to move a little bit faster, a bit more dynamically with breath between those two positions. So here we go. On your next inhale, we're going to glide forwards and up, coming into our crescent moon lunge. And then exhale, we're going to glide back into our hamstring stretch. And again, inhale, glide forwards and up, crescent moon lunge. And then exhale, gliding back into your hamstring stretch. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, glide forwards and up. And then exhale, gliding back. Good. As you inhale, glide forwards, we're going to plant the left hand by the right foot, sorry. And then we're going to inhale and circle that right arm forwards and up into a semicircle, coming into an easy twist. You've got the option to keep the knee on the floor at the back there, or you can pick up the back knee, really pull back through the heel. Take a couple of breaths here. You can gaze up towards that top thumb, gaze straight ahead, or you can gaze down, depending on how your neck feels. Take one more breath. And then slowly circle that arm all the way down. If you've got the back knee down, pick it up now. Use an inhale here in your runner's lunge. And then as you exhale, slide the leg back, and we're back into downward facing dog. And then you've got the option here to rest in downward dog. You can take child's pose. Quite nice one is knees wide, big toes touching, and just sinking back. Or if you've got lots of energy and you want to keep flowing, you can flow through a vinyasa. So those flowing, we're going to come up onto tiptoes. We're going to inhale, ripple forwards into a plank. And then we're going to exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, sphinx, or upward dog. Take a couple of breaths in your back bend. And then exhale, return to downward facing dog. So take a breather here. And then let's all meet in downward facing dog. Ready to repeat that sequence on the second side. So returning to downward dog now. We're going to inhale, the left leg lifts for three-legged dog. And then we're going to exhale, step it all the way through in between the hands. Give it a little helping hand if it doesn't quite make it. And then we're going to drop the back knee. And again, we're going to take our time here. Make sure that particularly that back knee is happy. So remember to cushion it up by either folding the mat, using a towel, using a cushion if you have one handy. We're going to come to an upright position, and we're going to rest the left hand on the left knee. Right arm is just going to dangle down for now, and we're going to move in and out the lunge to start with. So here we go. So as you inhale, we're going to lunge deeply, float the right arm up, and then as you exhale, return to that upright position. And again, inhale, lunging, and then exhale, returning to center. One last time, inhale, lunge. This time, pause there. Let's bring the left arm up to meet the right for classic crescent moon lunge. Take a breath or two here, relax the shoulders. And then let's slowly lower the arms and start to move into our hamstring stretch. So fingertips on the floor, we're going to glide the hips back, and as we do that, we're extending the left leg, rolling onto the heel of the left foot, left toes pointing up. And again, we don't want to collapse into the leg, using our fingertips to support us, heart shining forwards. And again, we're just breathing here, breathing into the back of that left leg, particularly the hamstring, calf muscles. Relax the shoulders. Good, one more breath. And then moving dynamically again through the two poses with breath. Here we go. I'm going to inhale, glide forwards and up, sweeping the arms up into crescent moon lunge. That's all happening on the inhale. And then as you exhale, float the arms down and hips back for hamstring stretch. And again, inhale, glide forwards and up, crescent moon lunge. And then exhale back into your hamstring stretch. One last time, inhale, glide forwards and up. And then exhale, glide back. Let's glide forwards and move into our twist now. So we're going to bring the right hand by the left foot, and then we're going to inhale and draw a big semicircle with that left arm, moving into our easy twist. So option to stay here. If you want to work a little bit harder, you pick up that back knee, pull back through the heel, and you can gaze up towards that top thumb. You can look straight ahead, or you can look down, just depending on how your neck feels. So see what works for you. Let's just take one more breath wherever you are. Good, and then as you exhale, slowly lower that top arm down to frame that front foot. If you've got your back knee down, you can lift it up here now. Take a breath here in your runner's lunge. And then as you exhale, let's all step back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And again, take a few breaths there. If you like to move, you can give everything a little bit of a shake. Shake the hips, shake the head. And then just find a moment of stillness here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Soft sighing exhalation out through the mouth. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Soft breath out through the mouth. One last time, deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then we're going to bend the knees, look to the hands, and on empty, walk, step, or hop your feet lightly towards your hands. Inhale to your halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, root through the feet to rise, sweep the arms wide and up. And this time as you exhale, feet hip distance apart, draw the hands down the midline, pausing in front of the heart center again. Turn to face you this time. Maybe close the eyes, go inside, or just keep your gaze soft and down. But again, just checking in, just noticing how we feel at the end of our sun salutes. Maybe you can feel the energy moving inside, heartbeat elevated. And again, just check in, notice where your mind's at. If it's running off into the past or into the future, just notice that. And then just bring your attention and hook it back to that soft sound of ujjayi. And then gently flicking the eyes open, release your arms down by your side. Do a few more standing poses and then we'll bring it down. So we're going to turn lengthways along our mat and explore Warrior Two, an extended side angle pose. So I'm going to mirror you for this one. So we need to step our feet wide, and I want you to turn your right foot 90 degrees and your left foot about 45 degrees. And we want to check that our feet are on a tight rope. So if you had a chalk, you could draw a line from the back of your right heel and it would meet the middle of your left inner arch. And then we're going to bring the hands to the hips, and we're just going to bend into that front knee a couple of times. So we're going to inhale, bend, exhale, straighten, inhale, bend, exhale, straighten, and then inhale, bend. Let's just pause there. So you want to just check that the knee is above the ankle. And when you look down, you want to check that you can see your big toe. There's a tendency in this pose for the knee to roll in. So if yours is doing that, just draw it back a little bit so you can see your big toe. And then we're going to bring the arms in. We're going to start with the back arm. So we're going to inhale, draw that arm forwards, round and back, and we can follow it with our gaze. Imagine someone's got hold of that back arm, they're pulling you towards that side of the room. And then we're going to bring the front arm in. And as we inhale, we're going to circle it back, up and forwards, following it with our gaze. And we should find ourselves in Virabhadrasana 2, the Warrior Two. And to relax the shoulders, take your drishti, your gaze just past that middle finger. Nice, strong, standing pose. Feel your power here. Good. And then flowing with breath, we're going to flip both palms up. We're going to push off that front foot to rise. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms up. And then exhale, bend, opening the arms wide. We'll do that a couple more times. So inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale, bend. One last time. Inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale, bend. Pause there. We're going to flip the front palm up, and then we're going to inhale, reverse our warrior. So reach up, really bend to that front knee. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring elbow to thigh and move into extended side angle. And again, we'll move with breath between those two. So we're going to inhale, reverse our warrior. And then exhale, elbow to thigh, extended side angle. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, elbow to thigh, extended side angle. And we're going to hold it there for a few breaths. So you've got the option to stay here with that forearm on the thigh. Really check that that top arm is in a nice, strong architectural line with your back leg. Now, so if you want to work a little bit deeper, you can slide that bottom hand down, maybe take hold of the ankle and really push the arm into the shin or the calf, and then that leg pushes back. Again, hold up for a breath or two, relax the shoulders. One more breath. And then slowly push into the feet to rise. Back to warrior two, straighten the leg, and then float the arms down. I'm going to take that sequence all the way to the second side. So we're going to do a 180-degree turn. This time you're turning your left foot out 90 degrees. I'm going to mirror you, and your right foot in about 90 degrees. Remember, start with the hands on the hips, and we're just going to bend and straighten a few times just to ease into the legs. So maybe on the third one, we hold it there. You can shift the feet if you need to. Main things, we want to check that the knee is above the ankle. And when we look down, we want to see our big toe just past our knee. So if your knee is rolling in, just draw it back a little bit. Okay, make sure your weight is grounded down through the middle. And then we're going to bring our arms. So we're going to start with the back arm. So we're going to inhale and circle the arm forwards, up and back, following it with our gaze. Nice. And then the front arm, here we go. We're going to circle it back, forwards, and round to the front. Taking our gaze, I'll just past that middle finger, relax the shoulders. And then again, moving with breath, we're going to flip the palms up, push off that front foot to rise. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach up. Nice stretch to the side body. Exhale, bend. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. Just a brief pause there. We're going to flip our front palm and reverse our warrior. So on your next inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, elbow to thigh and move into extended side angle. And again, we're going to flow with breath between those two. So inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, elbow to thigh, extended side angle. One more time. Inhale, reverse it. And then exhale, elbow to thigh, extended side angle. So we want a nice straight line between that back heel and that top arm. Shoulders relaxed. You can stay here with the forearm on the side, or if you want to work a little bit deeper, slide that hand down. Maybe you can grab hold of the ankle and push the arm and leg in towards each other. You can take your gaze up, spinning the chest open. You can look straight ahead. You can look down. Hold it for another breath or two. Good, and then let's inhale, come back up to warrior two. Straighten that front leg, and then exhale, release your arms back down to your sides. Okay, just to close that sequence, coming to symmetry, we're going to bring the feet, edges of the feet parallel to the top and bottom edge of the mat, and then we're going to interlace the fingers behind our back. We're going to inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, lift the gaze, and then as you exhale, soft bend in the knees, we're going to hinge at the hips and come into a forward fold. So let your arms fall off your back, let your head hang loose. You can even shake your head side to side, just to ease out any tension in the neck. Just enjoy that lovely deep stretch throughout the whole of the back body. And then we're going to gently release the fingers, bring the hands to the floor, and we're going to walk the hands forward. So we're in a sort of very wide-legged, fingertippy downward dog. So we can release the head now. And the main thing here is that we want to check that our weight is back into our heels. So we should be able to just float the hands off the floor without changing the shape too much. So you can test that for yourself, just lifting, touching down. Shift the weight back into the heels if you need to. Nice, hold it for another breath or two. And then we're going to walk the hands back in, so they're sort of underneath the shoulders. We're going to heel toe the feet in, so you can just sort of hop them in together, coming into a little tiptoe squat here. And you can keep your fingertips on the floor for support, or if you can, maybe you can bring your hands onto your thighs. Maybe you can even bring your hands into Namaste, just see how it feels. But if this doesn't agree with you, if your knees don't like this, just sit down. We're going to sit down in a moment anyway. Otherwise, just hold here for a breath or two, roll the shoulders back, nice straight spine, crown of the head high. Nice, and then let's all sit down. So bring your hands behind you, bring your sit bones down to the floor. And we're just going to lean back into our hands, nice and casually. Keep the feet flat on the floor, knees bent. And we're just going to windscreen wipe the knees side to side, just easing and relaxing everything. Done a lot of strong work in our legs, so we're just going to wind it down now. Nice. And then from here, we're going to extend our legs forwards. And we're going to bend our left knee in towards our body and just let the knee drop out to the side. We're going to nestle the sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh. We're going to find our sit bones here. And if in this position, this left knee is floating very far off the floor, it's uncomfortable, it's hanging out uncomfortably, anything you have handy, if you don't have a block, if you've got a cushion or even a towel or a hoodie, some clothing, you can just prop it underneath that knee if you need it. Otherwise, we want to focus on the extended leg, the right leg, so we want to make sure that the foot is nice and flexed. We want to find length in the spine, so come up onto sort of tripod fingers, relax the shoulders, crown of the head high. So we're moving to Janushavasana, the head to knee pose, but we're going to do a nice flowing sequence before we come into the forward fold. So it's an asymmetrical forward fold, so we need to turn our torso towards the extended leg, and then we're going to bring our hands either side of that extended leg. We're going to keep the right hand on the outside of the right leg, and we're going to circle the left arm a couple of times. So as you inhale, draw the left elbow back and even turn to look at it, extending the arm back nice and long. And then as you exhale, we're going to circle forwards and round. As you inhale, the arms can be quite soft. Draw the elbow back again to open out. And then as you exhale, circle forwards and round. Inhale to draw back. Exhale to circle around. Two more like that. Inhale to draw back. And then exhale to circle around. Last time, inhale to draw back. And then exhale to circle around. This time, let's place both hands either side of that front extended leg. We'll inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, we're going to fold into the leg. We'll do that a couple of times. So stay on your fingertips. Inhale, ripple the spine up, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, ripple forwards and down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen, rippling up through the spine. And then exhale, rippling down. This time we're going to hold the forward fold. So wherever you are, just let the back round now, let the head hang. Keep the fingertips either side of the floor. Remember, you can keep a nice bend in that knee as well to protect the hamstring. You have a little bit more mobility, you can straighten the leg, you can even walk the hands forwards. You might even be able to reach the foot, and if you do that, maybe you can use hitchhiker thumbs just to keep nice and broad across the upper back. But let the head bow down. Enjoying that lovely stretch to the back body. Start to quiet the mind, so forward folds are naturally very calming, so good to do at the end of the practice. Good, one more breath. And then very slowly slide yourself all the way back up. Take your time. And then from here, we're going to pick up that left knee. We're going to draw it in towards the midline. And we're just going to place that left foot to the outside of the right knee as we move into a seated twist. So we can keep that bottom leg extended for this one. Bring our hands onto the shin. We're going to inhale, lift and lengthen. Find that length in the spine, crown of the head shooting up. And then our left fingertips are going to come onto the floor behind us. We're going to inhale, extend through that right arm. And then as you exhale, you can either hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, or you might like to hug. I prefer hugging. And then we're going to inhale, sit tall. And then as you exhale, take your twist, eventually turning to look over that back shoulder. But remember, the movement starts at the belly button, the rib cage, the shoulder, and the head, if it turns last. So don't lead with the head here. Each time you inhale, find a little more lift and length in the spine. And then as you exhale, maybe you twist a little bit deeper. It might be quite nice to just look down towards your outer left hip, just to take the stretch into the back of the neck. It'd be quite nice to close the eyes here, go inside. Good, one more breath. And then on an inhale, very slowly come back through center. And then as you exhale, we're just going to dip down in the opposite direction just to de-rotate. Nice, and then come back up. And then we're going to extend both legs out, and we're just going to repeat that sequence on the second side. So this time the left leg is going to stay extended. We're going to draw the right knee in, and we're going to open out that right knee, nestling the sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh. And again, if that knee is excessively high or just hanging out in an uncomfortable way, remember to put a little bit of cushioning underneath. Find your sit bones, come on to your fingertips, relax those shoulders, crown of the head high, find that length in your spine. Inhale, as you exhale, turn the torso towards your left leg, your extended leg, and walk the hands a little bit further forwards. So the left hand is going to stay on the outside of the left leg, and we're going to draw circles with our right arm. So as we inhale, first of all, we're just going to draw that right elbow back and turn to look at the arm as we open it out. And then as we exhale, we're going to draw a big circle, folding forwards. And then as we inhale, we'll draw that elbow back again. Exhale, circling forwards and round. Inhale to open up. And then exhale to circle. Let's do that twice more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This time we're going to frame that extended leg. So both hands either side of that extended leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, start to ripple forwards and down. Do that a couple of times. So stay on your fingertips. Inhale, ripple the spine up. Lift and lengthen. And then exhale, fold. One last time. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Spine moving like a wave. And then as you exhale, ripple forwards and down. This time we're going to hold it there. So just land wherever you land. You can walk the hands a little bit further forwards if that feels good. Remember, you can bend that knee a lot to protect the hamstring. We're going to let the back round, let the head hang heavy. You have a bit more mobility and you can straighten the leg. That's great. You can walk your hands a little bit further forwards. You can reach your feet. And if you do, see if you can take hitchhiker thumbs again, just to keep nice and broad across the upper back. And we're breathing here. We can be closing the eyes, going inside, just enjoying that lovely forward fold. And then very slowly start to come out of your forward fold, just walking your hands back in, head coming up last. And then we're going to draw that knee in towards the midline and just move into our seated twist. So taking that right foot to the outside of the left knee. Keep that extended foot, the left leg flexed and alive. We're going to bring the hands onto the shins. We're going to inhale, lift and lengthen. Spine responding by lengthening up, crown of the head high. And then right fingertips are going to be on the floor behind you. We're going to inhale, reach up, extend through that left arm. As you exhale, either hook, bringing the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, or hug. And then again, inhale, lift and lengthen, and then exhale, begin your twist, leading the movement from the belly button, the rib cage, the shoulder and the head. If it turns last. And each time you inhale, slightly untwist, find that lift and that length in the spine. And then as you exhale, maybe you can twist it a little bit deeper. And if you did so on the first side, it can be quite nice just to drop the chin down to look at your right hip. Just moving that stretch into the sort of back of the neck. Maybe closing the eyes, going inside, or just keep your gaze soft and down. Good, one more breath. And then slowly use an inhale to come back through center. And then use an exhale just to de-rotate, dipping down in the opposite direction. Good, slowly make your way back up. Just release your legs, extend them forwards, lean back into your hands quite casually. Just circle the ankles and the other way. You can windscreen wipe the feet side to side, shake out the legs a little bit just to ease out any tension. Okay, we're going to start to lie down. So if you want to put on any layers, any socks to make yourself nice and warm, because once we lie down, we'll stay down, getting ready for relaxation. And it can be quite nice to come to lying from this position. So if you extend your legs forwards, and we're just going to rest our hands on our thighs, quite casual way. And we want to round the back, we want everything to be soft. So we're going to draw the chin in towards the chest, let your shoulders round here, but we're going to be working our tummy muscles. So remember to keep that engaged, slight hugging in of the belly button. And then just take your time to roll all the way down. Keep going. And then once your head touches down, it's going to feel quite nice to inhale, float the arms up and over, returning to that full body stretch like we did in the beginning. Give yourself a big, big stretch. And then as you exhale, circle the arms and scoop up the knees, coming into Apanasana, knees to chest, gently rocking side to side. Nice, and then from here we're going to give ourselves a really, really mega squeeze here. So we're going to wrap our arms around the knees. We're going to float the head up towards the knees. We're going to tuck in, squeeze everything, hold that for a few breaths, squeeze, 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 and relax. Let your head come back down. Good, take a breath here as you breathe out. Just turn your head to the left just to ease out any tension in the neck. Inhale back through center. Exhale, turn your head to the right. Good, inhale, center. And as you exhale, just let the feet drop onto the mat, coming back to semi-supine. And then from here, we're going to lift the tailbone, just tuck it under, nestling the lower back into the floor. And then we're going to bring the hands to the back of the head. We're just going to lift the head just slightly off the floor, tuck the chin in, so you've got nice length in the back of the neck, and then just lower the head back down. And then we can release our arms down by our side, palms facing up. Take a breath here. And then as you breathe out, slide the right leg down the mat, feet flopping out. And again, breathing in. And then as you exhale, slide the left leg down the mat, let the feet flop out. Take another nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, soft sighing exhalation out. Releasing the weight of the body into the floor. And again, deep breath in. Soft sighing exhalation out. One last time, deep breath in. Soft breath out. And then just let your eyes close if they haven't done so already, or just keep the gaze soft and unfocused. Begin to draw your attention inwards, allowing your body and your mind to rest now, feeling the support of the ground beneath you, holding you, so that you can completely let go, relaxing your body, from your head all the way down to your feet. Mind quiet, body relaxed. Commit yourself to a period of stillness and quiet. Just very slowly start to bring your awareness back into your body, back into your breath. Slowly start to deepen your inhale and your exhalation. Breathing in, belly rises. And breathing out, belly floats back down. Keep deepening and lengthening your breath. And then once you're ready for a little bit of movement, bring a little bit of movement to your fingertips, to your toes. Maybe making the movements a little bit bigger, maybe circling the wrists, circling the ankles. Just do whatever move feels good for you in this moment. And then once you're ready, let's all take a nice big full body stretch. Stretch the arms up and over your head. Stretching the body, even yawning. Just to help wake yourself back up, and then circle the arms, widen down to scoop up the knees, giving yourself a great big hug. Gently rocking side to side. And then once you're ready, just choosing your favorite side to roll onto. Then just pausing there for a brief moment. Take your time. And then using that top hand, push it into the floor to bring yourself to just an easy cross-legged position. Just to close our practice, find your sit bones here and just rest your hands, palms up on your knees, crown of the head high, and just keep the eyes closed or just the gaze soft and down. Just checking in one last time, just noticing how you feel at the end of the practice compared to the beginning. Perhaps setting an intention here for the rest of your day. And then just gently flicking the eyes open. We're going to inhale, draw a big circle up with our arms just to help bring the energy back up, wake us back up. And then as you exhale, draw the hands down the midline, pausing in front of the heart center. Let's inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. And then as you exhale, just bowing your head towards your own heart. Thank yourself for taking the time to practice. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.